Hello friends. So today I'm out here in my little shop here that I use for forging and just messing around, my welding, just kind of my metal shop. So I'd gotten a few comments on my Mr. Volcano and there's some haters out there of the Volcano, and I get the idea of the design, that, you know, height, the angle of the tubes where the flame shoots in, it doesn't create a very good swirl of the heat pattern. But as far as hobbying goes, you know, it's worked really well for me. Things are starting to break down a little bit, you know, but I mean, it's January 7th of 2024. I have videos out there of me receiving this, getting it all put together, using it for the first time. But for me, it has actually held up really well, guys. You saw in my other videos that, you know, like when I first put it together, I did tap it, put some self-tapping screws in on my ports and stuff. You know, it's patinaed, but this thing has held up really well for me. It works for me. Most of the time I'm just using one heat tube instead of two. I haven't got into forge welding, so the reason I bought it with two is so if I did, I'd have that extra heat. I keep some bricks at the back, keep a little bit more heat in. But guys, it has worked out really well for me. Also, you know, these anvils, this is a V-bore. But guys, this thing still holding up really well. You can see, I don't know if I call it patina, but I mean, it's rusty. I get condensation out here in my lean-to. This is just a real simple lean-to. I've just got the PVC plastic roofing here to let light in so I can see well. I've got the extra lights. The sides are screened. I have air venting. Prior video I showed how on my end here, this back wall kind of goes up into a chimney type thing so that I am getting a good draft. So with all that, I get condensation, I get some dripping. You know, it's not perfect, but works out really well for me. I mean, I could probably just spray on some WD-40 when I'm done and just keep some of that rust from happening. But things have held up well. I don't know how well you can see. The surface has held up really well. It's not all bashed in, dented. You know, I'm pretty careful with my swings. If my grandkids come over, I have a little handmade rail piece there that we use with the kids, you know, and just throw it up there on the stump and let them beat on it and have a good time. So just wanted to show that, you know, these things are holding up. They're still working. You know, I could probably take a little bit better care of them, but like my base that I had made to put into the ground for the anvil, still holding up good. The vise, you know, just a cheapy Harbor Freight. But you know, for under $1,000, I put all this together for $1,000. And you know, for a hobbyist, part-time hobby thing, I mean, this stuff has held up really well, you know. So anyway, I'll jump into working on some railroad spike knives and just show you guys some of this stuff in use. guys, so most of the time when I do a metal forging project, I like to do two at one time. So I'll be working 2 railroad spikes. To me, if I'm going to have the propane running, I might as well be heating something. So as something's heating and I'm pounding on another piece that's cooling, I can just keep going. Yes, my arms will get sore and I'll have to take a break, but overall, I just found that I really like to do that, just not to waste so much propane. These tongs that I have, you'll notice they're not very rusty. So I have a bucket of oil, my pan of oil. A lot of times when these are hot and like at the end of my day of forging, I just go ahead and drop them into the oil. That way the oil gets into the metal, keeps them a little bit seasoned. You know, for me, it's worked really well. Like I said, I should probably do something to the top of my anvil when I'm done. Just hit it with some WD-40, spread a little oil. I think over time that would make this last a lot better. But, you know, we'll see how it looks after I start beating on it, put some heat on it. Should clean up just fine. I could take a Brillo pad to it, but it'll come right off. But anyway, get this hot, and then we'll, I think I'm going to work on some twisted handle knives. So when I make a twisted handle knife, I like to stretch the body, the shank out a little bit, about another inch. That way it gives me a little bit more metal into the blade and makes it a little thinner, so when I twist it, just fits good in the hand. Should be all good. Alright, I'll let those get hot. So guys, just wanted to give you a little example of what I'm looking to make. Just twist handle railroad spike knife. Now my blades always come out a little different, you know, I just kind of follow where it goes, but once I've got this stretched out, the handle, and I do the blade, I get the blade just about done before I put the twist in. That way if I am down here and accidentally hit the handle, I don't ruin the twist. So I do the twist last. That's just the way I do it. It's not the way it has to be done. but because I do soak these in oil a lot, I do get a little bit of smoke, but all this is ventilated. Up here I do have a fan too if I need to move more air, but I just like to keep everything oiled up and keep working it. I'll get them stretched out a little bit more and go ahead and show you. gaining. So side by side, I've gained half an inch, maybe a little bit more in length by just stretching out the handle part. So just wanted to show you guys. Now, what I normally do is, once I've got it stretched out, I'll see where my hand fits, and I'll use some soapstone, and then I just make a mark, and then that'll start showing me where I can start flattening out for the blade. So that just gives you an idea. So stretch these out just a little bit more, and then go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. The intent of the video is to just mostly show status of the anvil and the forge. So I bought the anvil and forge, looked like it was August and September of 2022. So we're in January of 24. So not quite a year and a half, I guess, but definitely over a year. And for hobby work and everything, I'm real happy with it. Things are holding up good. So just wanted to share that with you guys, give an update, and just keep everybody informed. So hope you have a good new year, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thank you.